Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic Wrath of the Lich King and our Human Rogue playthrough. Today I've put us in the queue for Underbog, so we'll see if we get invited to that. And we're going to start off by heading right up here to find the last of the lake controls that we need to disable. Hope you guys are doing well today, and thank you very much for clicking on the video and choosing to spend some of your time here with me. I truly do appreciate it. It feels good being back on the Rogue after a little bit of a break when the Joyous Journeys ended. Felt a little bit deflated about the character because we were so close to getting to Northrend but just didn't make it, and I had a little bit of regret about not pushing a little bit harder on the character to get us further, but kind of learned my lesson for next Joyous Journeys is that, yeah, I really would like to get the character all the way to max level during the Joyous Journey. Ideally, that's what we would be able to do, and I think next time we'll just have to push a little bit harder than we did this time. And it is really fun to focus the character. When we have a Joyous Journeys buff, I found that out originally on the Mage. It's really fun just to play the crap out of that one character and for that period of time, just do that. It's been really enjoyable. So yeah, I think next time we do the Joyous Journey, we will probably be doing like 3 episodes a day, trying to get the character all the way through all the content, all the way to max. That is kind of my future goal for any subsequent Joyous Journeys. What do we want to do now? Let's head over here to the Daggerfen idols, and we'll collect those. Pretty soon we're going to need to make our way over to the other camp and the other flight point. We'll probably do that after this. We could fly back. I think we're going to end up having a quest to turn in back in the Cenarian Refuge when we get the last marsh lake control disabled. But that's a little ways off. We're probably going to have other objectives in the area, so we'll wait until we have more to do over there. Not a big surprise to see the majority of people leveling in Outland are probably Death Knights. Alright, so we're looking for idols. I believe we're getting these just off of the ground. Unfortunately, we have no kill quest for them or anything. Do we want to head up here and maybe pick up these quests just to see what there is to do? I would hate for us to have to come back here to do a second quest. Yeah, I think I want to head over to the town and just kind of open up the area a bit. Figure out what's where and where all the objectives are going to be at. And then maybe we can plan a better, more coherent route and get some things accomplished. Maybe all we get accomplished is getting the flight point, which would also be very helpful. So either way we win by doing it this way, I think. Alright, welcome to Orobora Harborage. Let's grab the flight point and dismount as to not be rude.
Hello. Have a good one.
No time for curiosity. Okay, I am not going to be curious as to why you have a sea diver's helmet on your head permanently. Rambles, I have a favor to ask of you. Normally I would do this myself, but my hands are already beyond full. I have an associate named Kalon at Sylvanar in the Blades Edge Mountains to the north. He's expecting to hear from me in the near future. although I suspect he won't like what I have to say. If you would deliver my response to him, you would have my gratitude. I must insist, and this is very important, that you not attempt to read the letter. It is for Kalon's eyes alone.
See you later.
I feel like you're setting us
What
up.
can I do for you? Safe travel.
Getting the messenger killed, that whole kind of thing. Bugs, bugs, bugs. The marsh is full of them, and my companions here seem obsessed with them. Well, I've had it with the bugs. Something far more intriguing has captured my interest. To the west, there is a village of lost ones who call themselves Daggerfen. The whole tribe consists of highly specialized assassins. I've noticed them mixing and using a particularly potent kind of poison. I'm dying to know more about the poison, but that's going to require a copy of the recipe and a sample vial.
See you around.
So you want us to get those. Timothy Daniels, the specialist. I don't know like what this is or what reference this is to anything. Or who the heck this person is supposed to be. But it's quite weird. Let's say that and leave it there. Wanted Chieftain Mumaki? Chieftain Mumaki, leader of the foul and degenerate Lost One tribe of the Daggerfen, for his brutal attacks against the Orobora Harborage. The chieftain and his band of assassins are responsible for the deaths of numerous Kuranai and Draenei and should only be approached by seasoned combatants. Travelers are advised to avoid the Daggerfen village area to the west of Orobora Harborage. And our breadcrumb, right? That was a little weird. It showed it grayed out even though we hadn't, we had to turn it in. Zangarmarsh encroachment. The small band of broken you see here is a mission from a larger settlement in Nagrand. The Kuranai, as we call ourselves, are broken who desire to reunite with our Draenei brothers. My group has come here to strengthen Kuranai ties to the Draenei of Telrador. If the Zangarmarsh ogres have their way, this temple will not stand much longer. They've cleared out the hewn bog of its towering mushrooms and draw ever closer to our refuge. If you would call yourself our friend, aid us in fighting this enemy. And Daggerfen deviants. The Kuranai and the Draenei don't always see eye to eye, particularly on the issues of the Lost Ones. We are content to help the Lost Ones who seek us out, but we won't pursue them. Some Draenei are intent on redeeming them all. However, there are times when even the Lost Ones go too far, such as the Daggerfen. In their village to the west, they dabble in poisons and deceit, arts that come unnaturally to us. We must put an end to this before the vile Daggerfen can extend their influence.
You come back sometime.
Okay. Good stuff. Think we have everything. That is back in Blade's Edge, I think. Like something we do in the tunnel on the way there, perhaps? Yeah, we could do these in any order, so let's just start up here. We're fine. We have this stuff back down here. I think we get sent into this area over here for something else, and we can kind of pair that up at that time. But let's go fight some ogres for now. That sounds good. Let's go fight anything right now. Anything sounds good. What sounds even better is just re-upping my poisons now so that in 12 minutes from now I don't forget to do that. I probably need to check a poison vendor soon. We did hit level 65, and I kind of hypothesized that maybe there was another rank of poisons at level 65 and then another one at 70. But I'm not sure, so I am going to have to check. So we need 10 of the ogres and 5 of the shaman. Dementia Vest of the Invoker. Just a Dementia Vest. No big deal. Oh my gosh, have I mentioned how ready I am for cross-server looking for group in this game that I love to play? I am so ready for cross-server looking for group tool, automated dungeons. Just let me queue up with people who want to play the game. Let the people who are actually playing the game out there in the world find each other to do instanced content, please. Because I would do so much more content if I could do dungeons reliably at any level. And right now, you can't. You can do dungeons a little bit when Joyous Journeys is going on. Then people were running some dungeons while leveling up. And that was it. Now we're not. No, we're not. Everyone's at endgame, you know? Well, that's 10 out of 10 for the ogres. Now we are just looking for one shaman. And we can do that easily because we can fly around. Alright, let's head right over to the northwest and we'll take on the Daggerfen Assassins and Daggerfen Muck Dwellers. Pretty sure the assassins are going to be in stealth, I think, and we'll probably just run into them while we fight the Muck Dwellers. That's kind of a nasty poison, and it's definitely going to keep us from using stealth in this area, which is a little bit unfortunate. I like using stealth. Stealth is fun. Let's go ahead and eat some food. We'll get all of our health back here. Maybe we'll... There we go. Now it's regenerating. Now we also have a couple of items to grab here. We have the Daggerfen Poison Vial. And I believe there was one other item maybe further on. We also need the poison manual, which I think is going to be back this way. Let's try to make our way back here and have a closer look. Well, we have a buddy. Okay, it's down here. It's actually directly to the south of us. We need lots of muck dwellers, so we're not really in a big hurry to get where we're going. The poisons here that these guys are using are quite something to deal with. They're stopping us from bandaging, they're stopping us from stealthing, and every once in a while they just literally completely stop us from moving. Alright, so this large building here is where we want to go. Do a little blade flurry and evasion here. And here is the manual right here. Let's go ahead and grab that really quick. The Chieftain is behind us here. I feel like if we have our oh gosh, yeah, we are poisoned. If we have our cooldowns, then we can do it, right? We could probably do it without all of our cooldowns, but I am gonna stand here for a second and we'll just chill and we'll wait for our cooldowns to come up. So we get the last major glyph at 80. We could definitely sap one. Is not a bad idea. I'm just gonna go full AoE though, so. I'm not sure what happened. He seems to, oh. He pulled an us. He went into vanish, hoping we would like leave him alone, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That we actually did not need all of our cooldowns at all, so that was awesome. And now we're just looking for muck dwellers. Whoa. Not sure what that was. My computer's been a little bit weird recently. Ever since I started using this controller, my computer's been weird. And my dog has been weird too. My dog has learned to, after 2.5 years of living in this house, he's finally learned to come all the way down the stairs without being taken down on his leash. We keep his crate downstairs for when we leave for longer periods of time. And so he associated the basement with just the place where he would go to be put in his cage when we were leaving, and he never wanted to come down here. And now he's learned to come down here all on his own after 2.5 years. And probably more closer to 2 years. And yeah, so now he's down here where the offices are at, and he can be quite loud when he wants to be. He's a blue healer, so he thinks that he's a guard dog, and he wants to alert us of every single noise and movement he detects in the entire neighborhood. Alright, that's 15 out of 15. Let's head down to these Marshlight Lake controls, and we'll get that done. Oh, we are literally frozen midair, guys. That's interesting. Didn't know that could happen. At least it didn't dismount us. Could have been worse. Alright, with that stuff done, let's come over here and try to open up some of these quests. So we'll go look for Count Chocula. Over this way. If we find him, he'll drop an item that starts a quest. I don't know if I want to fly over the Horde Town. That sounds like potentially a bad idea. We're in combat and being hit by something. Okay, they have ground to air attackers. Yeah, we'll go ahead and avoid them better next time. We're now PvP flagged, which is great. Here he is, right here actually. Count Ungula. Let's go ahead and nab him. There we go. There is an item. We have another item that begins to quest. Drain schematics. Oh boy. Should have probably done that one sooner. There we go. Alright, let's head over this way to the southwest. I want to go see what the breadcrumb is. Oh, okay. We have a couple of turn-ins. Count Chocula turns into her. And then there are a couple of other things going on down here in this area. And we should be able to get to most of them.
Ishnu Daldir, Asha Fela, Goddess watch over you. May the stars guide you.
Observing the Sporelings. We need to learn all we can of the Sporelings at Sporregar and the relationship to the creatures around them. One way to do that is what I'm doing, passive observation while making a note of their interactions. I need you to head over to the spawning glen to the west, investigate the whole area, and then return to tell me what you saw.
Go in peace.
Alright, sure, why not? This guy wants us to bring him 6 Boglord tendrils. They are natural enemies. And then he wants us to collect 10 mature spore sacs. I'm going to investigate the area first, and then I'm going to fly back to the Night Elf lady and see if she has any follow-ups for us. Before... well, I'm trying to remember. I don't think that she does. I don't think she sends us back in here. Let's go talk to her again just to be sure. I'd hate to do the 2 quests here when we could be working on 3 of them, you know? Let's just go see what she's gonna do with this info. What? The Boglords of Quag Ridge are eating the Sporling pods? This is not good. I was wondering why the Boglords were crossing the road to go to the spawning glen. They must be starving for some reason. This just will not do. I mean, normally I wouldn't get involved, but if they continue to eat all of the Sporling pods, they'll wipe them out. Here's what we'll do. I'll stay here, and you head to Quag Ridge to the east and look for dietary clues as to why they're raiding. So look through poop. She did have a follow-up, it just wasn't in the direction we were already in. Okay. You'd think I would remember that with as many times as I've probably done these quests, but sometimes it just slips my mind. In my opinion, this area right here is one of the most visually unique and interesting areas in the game, but definitely in this expansion. In my opinion. I really like it. I like it for how absolutely alien it is. So they're also putting a poison of some sort on us that is keeping us from using stealth. So if I seem to just be running in, it's because a lot of times, yeah, we're getting choking vines, and they're doing it really consistently, so it's okay. It's just another area where we're not going to be doing a lot of stealthing. Sometimes you can stealth between the ticks long enough to get like a cheap shot off. Sometimes. It depends on how fast it ticks. This one is every 3 seconds, which isn't quite long enough to shift attack before it breaks you out, I don't think. And it's doing quite a bit of damage to us because what also happens with it is that it stacks, man. It's at 3 stacks right now. Becomes a more powerful wound at 5 stacks, so you don't want to let it get stacked up that high. It was already hurting us quite a bit. I can't imagine if it was a more powerful wound, what that might entail for us. And there's no way to interrupt it. Like, it's not a channeled ability, it's just an instant cast that they fire off. There's no way to not get hit by it. But maybe we should be letting it roll off between fights. Maybe that's the key. Could it be supposed to let it roll off? Let's try to focus on getting some of the Spore Sacs, because we only have 2 of them and we need a lot. And yeah, see, if we let it roll off, then we can definitely use stealth on these guys. And that's probably what we should be doing. I love the music here as well. It's incredibly soothing, actually. We probably could have used a little bit of health there. I'm gonna try not to pull both these guys so we can maybe eat after. We have potions, we might as well use them. They're not gonna do us any good staying in our inventory forever. I hit the stealth button just a little bit too soon before the poison had fully finished its last little tick on us. Not really sure how we managed to stay in stealth there, to be honest. Blind luck, I suppose. Millisecond lag. I don't know. If we're really lucky, he'll drop the last tendril and we'll grab this last sack and we'll be done with tendrils and sacks. And we won't have to say tendrils and sacks in the same sentence again, maybe in the rest of the playthrough. So that would be okay. But I mean, we could say it again if we wanted to, I guess. There we go. That's it. And he has a breadcrumb to take us over to Sporregar. And we will definitely be doing the quest out that way eventually. Let's go get the discarded nutriment samples over here to the east. And then I think that'll finish off Lisa O. Maybe. She might have one more quest. We have an unstable shroom growing near us. I'm assuming that if we don't destroy that, it explodes and deals damage, right? At least I hope so. They did a good job of placing this stuff in places where you're going to have to fight for it. So even though it's like a pick it up off the ground quest, you're going to fight just as many guys as you would for like a collection quest off of enemies. Let's do a little blade flurry and evasion for this one. The great thing about these guys so far is no poisons, so we can freely use stealth. Alright, let's go get this one turned in. I think she eventually has something that sends us all the way to the north into like an orc area. I vaguely remember something like that.
What brings you here?
Yes, that's it. I knew I had seen this particular phylum of mushroom elsewhere in the marsh. To the north is a place known as the Hewn Bog. Odd name for the place if you ask me, but I've never been there. I'll need samples of those mushrooms to confirm my hypothesis. Just be careful, Rogue. I'd heard that ogres have moved into the area, so you'll have to get the samples from them.
Goddess watch
Yes,
over
okay, that quest. That was the one I was thinking of. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is, well, first, let's head back to the Harborage, and we'll get everything turned in. I think we're going to hold off on doing the Sporregar stuff for now. Yeah, I think we're fine to hold off on that. I think I want to do everything at the Harborage. We'll have stuff to do over here, and then we'll do Sporregar, and Sporregar will probably be one of the last things that we do before we move on into Nagrand. I think we're going to go right into Nagrand. I'd like to do the Ring of Blood, if I can find a group for it. I'd like to do the kill quest for the skinning and for the easy experience. And yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. It looks like we're going to hit level 66.5 in Zangarmarsh here, which only leaves us a level and a half to go after that. I think we could probably, if we get level 66.5 before we leave Zangarmarsh, we could definitely get 68 in Nagrand, I think. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I feel like it's possible. Especially if we do a couple of dungeon runs here and there. We missed out on one today, but maybe next time we'll play a little bit later in the afternoon, and I'll have a higher likelihood of successfully getting a group early enough for me to have time to do the run. But yeah, I have a lot of fun on this character. It feels so good to play this class. The buttons are always such a joy to press. I'm constantly drawn back to it. I want to keep playing it and play it for a long time. It's a bummer we didn't get max level with the experience buff. I would have loved to run this character through a bunch of heroics and really get it geared up. But you know, in time we can do those things.
Need something? Safe travels. Have a good one. See you around.
He gave us a helmet. I didn't really look at the stats. It's actually better than what we have by a little bit. Let's go ahead and equip it. It's not a huge upgrade, but it is definitely a solid upgrade.
Hello, stranger. Luck to you.
Strength, agility, stamina, we don't really need.
Roma.
Oh, that was a new quest. It was not a turn-in.
So long. You come back sometime.
We're so close to 66.
Leave.
Message to Talar. Okay. Couple more quests opened up here, now that everyone doesn't hate us.
You find many things.
Natural armor, 8 Fenclaw hides.
So long.
And then another one over here.
Hello.
Oh, he has lots of stuff. He needs stinger venom.
Peace for you. Light.
He wants us to open lines of communication. He wants us to do that by killing 12 Marshfang Slicers, I guess, to clear up the roads.
You come back sometime.
And he wants us to take out the terror of Marshlight Lake. So yeah, lots of stuff to do here. That's actually good. That's going to be a ton of easy experience for us. I'm pretty happy about that. I forgot that they had all these quests that open up. But yeah, I'm going to take a break here for today. This seems like a good place for it. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support on this series. Like I said, I have a ton of fun on the Rogue every time I get onto it. We are going to get her into and through Northrend. We'll be able to do dungeons on it. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you do think. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again really soon. Bye for now.